Hey, I just got finished watching BG's video about Star Wars. Alright, this is gonna, if you're watching the video to this, I'm recording it right now, but I'm at work because I'm like, man, I wanted to go ahead and get my say in about it before I forgot my train of thought or lost my nerve or whatever. So the recording or the video may sound a little different than some of my other videos, but I had to hit on some points, man, and let me list them so I can always come back to this recording and remember it. But one, the main thing is that it depends on what kind of gamer you are, and then the other point is what does Star Wars stand for a lot of fans and people. Star Wars is a real big thing. And the game itself, it doesn't suck, and he wants to separate the game itself from the price, and I don't think that's possible in some ways because, money is a very important thing for.
There you are.
All right, but money is a very important thing for a lot of people, man, and that ties into entertainment. I understand money and gaming aren't the same thing, but you need money to game. You need money to buy the hardware and the games. And that's a barrier, you know what I'm saying? People want value, or people without a lot of money want value. Well, people with a lot of money want value. It just depends. Everything is a personal preference, man. And it's hard to group all of this stuff into a general consensus because it's so many variables. But you're talking about Star Wars, man. That's just a big thing in itself. People, let me try to put this in perspective better because I know I'm all over the place. So let's stick with Star Wars and story and stuff like that. All right, Star Wars, man. For a lot of people, it's about the lore, it's about the characters, it's about the story. And in any entry, no matter what entertainment what entertainment category it's in, whether it's books, games, movies, recordings, I think people want, if they're going to consume it, to have some kind of information about the world, about the story, to add some kind of a story to the universe, to add a story. Or add some characters, add some information, that type of thing. In this game, from what I've read, because I haven't played it, or from what I've viewed, I haven't seen that. To have like Darth Vader and Jedi and certain Jedis and stuff in the game, if those things wouldn't be a big deal if it wasn't for the story. You know what I'm saying? Darth Vader walking around the game during a multiplayer match is a huge fucking deal because people know about his backstory and what he's done and this, that, and the other. And they can still come up with lore and stories and stuff to add to the universe about Darth Vader. They could have did that with this game. With a campaign, a side story, something. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't do that. And so that, in a lot of people's minds, takes away from the game. You know what I'm saying? If you're one of those people that's focused, you can be focused on gameplay. The gameplay has to be there, which is mainly what games are for. But story adds to the experience, man. If that story ain't there, especially for something that's dealing with Star Wars, that's a huge deal. That's a really big deal, man. You take that away, and you just left with the core game, you're not really adding anything to the Star Wars universe. And you adding a game, but you're not really adding story, another character, lore, backstory. You're not adding any of those things, and that really doesn't do much for fans or give fans much incentive to buy the game. And I'm not really a big Star Wars fan. I know of it, you know what I'm saying? I've seen all the movies, but I'm not keen to go out there and just get crazy with it, man. That's just me. But I have to go to another point, and the other point will be, let me see. I'm not finna get to the what kind of gamer you are yet. I just had it, man. I just lost my train of thought. It'll probably be it'll probably be dang it, I just had it. Hold on. All right, I can't even remember what my other point was, man. So I'm gonna just move on into my next point. My next point was, it depends, I guess, on what you like as a gamer. You know, what kind of gamer you are, however you want to put it. But I guess more officially, I would just say, what are you into as a gamer? You know, if you that type of gamer, man, that includes, you know, or that likes to play multiplayer games, then I think Star Wars Battlefront would be more of a game for you. You know, from what I've heard, and I'm going based off on what Brokengamezhd said in his video. Now, I've seen other reviews of the game. The gameplay is top notch. So if I was going based off gameplay, man, and I was a multiplayer dude, hey, I think I found my game. I'd be all on top of it, man. You know, that's a very valid like. A very valid, solid genre of gaming is multiplayer, and I think that would be a good buy, man. It probably holds a whole lot more value to you, you know, at $60. That will probably turn another type of gamer off. But if that's what you're about, man, the competition from other people and this, that, and the other, then the $60 is probably well justified, or the $110, or however much it may cost for everything complete. You know, to complete the game in total. But if you're the type of gamer, man, that's like, yo, I like having a story for the most part. You know, you might like multiplayer games, you may not like multiplayer games. But if you but if you're mostly on the side of, I need a narrative, I need a single player experience that tells me a tale that focuses on certain things that you like about, you know, single player games. Whether it's you like a single player platformer, single player shooter, whatever it is, you know, if it's just single player based. And, you know, and to pause it right there and go into something different a little bit for a second. The single player experience, man, for video games has been around since video games have been around. I mean, that's I guess the bread and butter of video games in terms of genre, to focus on a single player experience. Yeah, multiplayer is there, you know what I'm saying? Multiplayer has been there for a long time too, but not necessarily competitively. You know, like Pac-Man and a couple of other games that may fall into that genre. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like, let's look at like Mario, Double Dragon, you know what I'm saying? Those early games that were multiplayer were really just two players, but they took you on a campaign. They took you on something similar to a story. They took you down a path that had a beginning and an ending. You know what I'm saying? And that's, to me, still mostly what most people that play games desire. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that game on a console or a PC in terms of those types of games. So that's an important thing. Shit, hold on. All right, continuing on. But what was I? But yeah, like, you know, Pac-Man, Double Dragon, man, Mega Man, all of these are Nintendo games, but you know, it's just, you can take it to Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Almost all of those games were story, narrative, single player, or even if they were multiplayer, they mainly went from beginning to end. Path, man. You know, a campaign, that's just the way it's been. And I think the majority of people that want that, plus you adding in the desire for more lore, more story, you know, backstory, character-driven narrative, all of that of Star Wars, you add those two together, man, and you come up with a project, and you combining, you know, people that love two different things, you know, into one. And to me, when you do the math, you have to have a story, man, attached to this game. You have to have a narrative. You have to have a campaign that adds to it. And then, yeah, the multiplayer, that's fine, man. Go ahead and have it. Have your modes and all of that stuff. But you're adding, but you need to have a campaign, man. That's, to me, that should be what it's based on. To me, that's what they should pour their heart and soul into for most of these games, whether it's a first-person shooter or otherwise. Because look at like Call of Duty. Even though I think the shift of Call of Duty has since been more to focus on the multiplayer experience, because I guess that's where most of the money is. But that's kind of expected. But they still don't crap out and don't provide you a campaign. And it's multiplayer. It's just like some of the old school games now with the new Call of Duty. You get people together and y'all go from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. I'm not necessarily talking about whether it's good or bad or whatever, but I'm just saying it's the beginning and the ending, and then you got your multiplayer to carry you out for the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? And there's not much to complain about, to be honest with you, in terms of price, because you're still getting, I guess, what people would call a total package. Now with Star Wars Battlefront, yeah, man, the multiplayer stuff, the shenanigans and all of that stuff is good. The modes, all of that stuff is fine. But the meat and potatoes, man, the main focus is supposed to be like story, the story, the campaign, man, the beginning, the ending, and that ain't there. Now, I can't see myself, that's the reason why I didn't want to get it. I can't see myself playing something that doesn't begin and ends. I'm not necessarily a multiplayer focused dude, man. Well, I was for Gears of War, but Gears of War was just one of those things that was different. I haven't found a multiplayer game that was like that since. It didn't matter what mode I played. It brought people together, as well as, really, it just brought people together, honestly. Because I don't know what it was, man. It's just something about Gears of War 2, man. That was the best game. The whole package, man. To me, that's the best example of what a multiplayer and this, that, and the other should be, man. That's what Battlefield should have. That's what all the games in that genre should focus to be, man. They should be like Gears of War 2. They should have the campaign and the multiplayer, and and whatever else they want to add to it, the lore. But Gears of War 2 is a shining example, man. If anything, they should have made the game like that. They should have had a campaign that was tight from beginning to end, and it was long. It wasn't short. Gears of War 2 campaign was damn near perfect. You know what I'm saying? The only thing they probably could have made it better is if it was 4 players instead of 2. And that's probably pushing it, because split screen, and it had split screen. And that's what made me mad about Halo. But I'm getting off topic. But it's just, to me, that's what it is, man. I mean, y'all can like it, hate it, or hate the video or whatever, but subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this and hear my thoughts. But that's the way I feel about it. And Brokengamezhd, I hope you watched it, man. If it's long, I'm sorry, because I got to go through and edit it so I can put it up for viewing and whatnot. But all right, thanks, man. Y'all take care. Subscribe, like, favorite, whatever. Peace.